It's the man YSN, and you're listening to YSN Radio. Yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir. I know what time it is, man. You're rocking with the man YSN, and you're tuning into the episode of YSN Radio, the coolest podcast in the South, man. We are back in this thing, man. Another episode, solo episode. I know it's been a minute since I dropped a solo episode, man, but been dealing with a whole lot of life. Finally finished my master's degree. Your man YSN is officially a double vol. I don't know if you've ever did a master's degree before, but that shit is not easy. That shit is not easy. So I've been trying to balance, recording content every week, all the work and all the presentations and papers and shit I have to do with the master's program. So I had to chill on the podcast, man, just so I could finish up my schoolwork, man. But still was able to feed you guys some really good interviews. Of course, Belly Gang Kush joined the show. Aisha rocks. We just had Lexi Gold last week talking about Jocelyn's Cabaret and some more stuff, man. A lot of cool stuff coming in down the pipeline too, bro. So don't worry. As you can see, still been working. Still have been working, man. The grind has not stopped. Just slow down just a tad, pivoted a little bit, if you will. But either way it goes, back in this thing, man. So if you still rocking with me, appreciate you for being patient, man. We are back in the mix, ready to get active. And get active we definitely are, especially this weekend. Got a jam-packed weekend full of events, especially starting off this Friday, live in Mango's Lounge. We got Belly Gang Cushington performing live. You don't want to miss it, man. Knoxville, Tennessee. The only place to be is Mango's Lounge Friday night. Like I said, Belly Gang Cushington will be in the building performing live. So if you haven't got your tickets yet, make sure you get them. It's only like a couple left. So get your tickets now and be at Mango's Friday night, Knoxville, Tennessee. Like I said, Belly Gang Kush, you seen him live here on YSN Radio a couple months ago, and you got to see him live in person once it comes to the city, man. His first time in Knoxville, definitely got to show up and show out, man. So pull up on us Friday night, Mango's Lounge, Belly Gang Cushington. It's going crazy, man. And then Saturday, here in Atlanta, the Beltline Vintage Market, man. You already know YSN and the vintage vibes go crazy, and we have bought the Vintage Market to Atlanta. We're going to be at Monday Night Brewing at the Grove right here in Atlanta, Georgia, right on the Beltline, man. 12 to 6 is going to be a fantastic day of vintage clothing, vintage art, food, drinks, vibes, all day long. And of course, the man YSN is going to be on the ones and twos. You don't want to miss it, man. So yes, Friday night we live at Mango's with Belly Gang, and then Saturday 12 to 6 we back in the Beltline Vintage Market. Go ahead and get your swag up, man. It's cold outside. Spring's down the road. You want to get all your gear you need, man. So pull up on this, dog. It's going to be a good one, man. So yeah, great weekend lined up. So make sure if you're in Knoxville, if you're in Atlanta, make sure you pop out, man. Plenty of stuff to do. Hopefully by this weekend, this quote unquote winter storm will be done past. So as you all know, I'm in Atlanta, Georgia, and we're supposed to be buried. The entire South is supposed to be buried in feet upon feet upon feet upon feet of ice and snow. Haven't gotten either. It's been raining all day. I guess it's supposed to freeze over overnight, but yeah, the grocery stores have been absolutely rummaged all across the South. People have been stuck in the house for no reason. I mean, in Tennessee, I know in Nashville, they got hit pretty hard with the ice and snow. People are losing power and shit, man. But as far as I'm concerned, here in Atlanta, nothing's wrong. Like I said, it's raining outside. It definitely might freeze over tomorrow, but it's not nowhere near as catastrophic as the weather people have made it seem. Not at all. They over here canceling shit and postponing shit and whatnot. For what? Some rain? I'm more upset that I went and spent all that money on them extra groceries. I'm glad it's not as bad as it was, because I already ate all the food. So not only have I cooked all the ice storm groceries, I have eaten them all too. So I'm actually pretty glad that is not nowhere near as bad as they said it was going to be, or I would be in some trouble. I'd be in some serious trouble, man. But praise up to everyone in Nashville. Like I said, the power, people have been losing power. Talked to my grandma earlier. She said she's doing fine. They were super prepared. Their power was out for a little bit, but trees was falling and shit, man. But can you imagine how stressful it has to be as a weatherman, as a meteorologist? You tell everybody that they're in imminent danger and nothing happens and everyone just mad at you. Think about it. Like, being a meteorologist, you're pretty much predicting the future. You're pretty much predicting the future, dictating how people's weekends are gonna go, and if as you can see, I think they would definitely was reading into things a little bit too deep. This quote unquote catastrophic winter storm, nowhere near as bad as they made it seem. Nowhere near as bad as it made it seem, which is a good thing because I hate the snow. I hate the snow, man. Moving on, it has been a great start to the year. Like I said, we got some really great music finally dropping, man. We finally got some good music dropping, and who better to get us started off than the one and only Mr. A$AP Rocky. Yes, you finally dropped Don't Be Dumb, and as of today, Don't Be Dumb has debuted at #1 on the Billboard charts. A$AP Rocky is back, and we love to see it, man. I don't know if you've had the chance to check out his new album, Don't Be Dumb, but if you haven't, you definitely need to. It is a banger, man. And as you guys have known, I've been an A$AP Rocky fan for as long as I can remember. Since he dropped Pesos and Long Live A$AP, that entire mixtape was the soundtrack to my 8th grade year. I have been an A$AP Rocky fan ever since the first time I saw the Pesos video. So, as you can imagine, once I saw that he was finally dropping the album, because it's been delayed time and time again. Once I saw that he finally dropped the album and he listened to it and it actually was good, I was extremely ecstatic, man. Some of my favorite songs off the album is Helicopter. Play is a really dope song. Stop Snitching is a great song. Sauce Walking on Stop Snitching left the fucking planet. Sauce Walker's verse on Stop Snitching is probably one of the best Sauce verses, maybe I would say, since the work he did on Dat Boy Den. If you haven't heard that project by Sauce Walker, go check it out. Killed the entire project, man. But Sauce Walker stomped all over Stop Snitching, man. But a lot of other bangers on here. Stay Here for Life with Brent Faiyaz is a vibe. No Trespassing is also a vibe. Robbery featuring Doechii is a banger. The way that Rocky and Doechii was going back and forth on that record was amazing, man. All in all, bro, the album is a masterpiece in my personal opinion, man. Given everything that has transpired over the last 8 years and how, a lot of people started counting Rocky out. Not even gonna lie, I kind of lost faith myself, man, because it was looking like music was not a priority for Rocky anymore. And for good reason. As I've said before, if I'm married to a billionaire and I'm having babies with this lady as much as I want to, rapping is not going to be very high on my list of priorities, man. But as we can see, he has not lost a step. He's just gotten better with time. And I think I've developed more of an understanding behind like the whole gap and absence, his musical absence, after I started watching more of his interviews that he's been doing recently. Because with every album, rappers go on their press run and stuff. But he was talking with Ebro and Academics, pretty much detailing over the last 8 years, since he dropped Testing in 2018. And after that, he had the situation in Sweden where he got into that fight and was locked up and had to go through that situation. After he gets cleared out of that, COVID happens. The world is shut down. Everything was fucked up during COVID. After COVID is lifted, then 2022, he has his first baby with Rihanna. And so, if you have kids, you already know, man. That's a whole different ball game. And then after that, he catches the case with ASAP Rocky, where he got accused of shooting him. He goes on trial and all this extra shit, man. And so it makes a lot of sense. Once he broke it down, I was like, damn, maybe I was being selfish as a fan, wanting just more music when he was going through some real life shit. You know what I mean? And it, as like I said, it made a lot more sense, his absence, after he broke it down like that, man. But like I said, he came back swinging, came back on top. And if you've been following A$AP Rocky's lineage, every A$AP Rocky album except for Testing has debuted at number 1. His debut album, Long Live A$AP, or is it Live Love A$AP? I think it was Long Live A$AP, debuted at number 1. That is the album that had Wild for the Night, Fucking Problems, One Train, a banger, debuted at number 1. Then his second album, At Long Last A$AP, debuted at number 1. That is the project that had LSD, M's, Excuse Me, Canal Street. There's a lot of fucking bangers on that second album, man. Testing, you had Praise the Lord. Testing had a lot of bangers on there too. But what I think, but Testing debuted at number 4. And what I think the reason why Testing did not do as well was because he was starting to experiment with different sounds, and it wasn't hitting for everybody. And also around that same time, Drake had dropped Scorpion, and that's when he was beefing with Pusha T and got exposed for having a kid, and everybody was tuned into Scorpion to see what is Drake going to say about Pusha and the kid? You know what I mean? So Scorpion was the biggest album, arguably, that entire year. So, of course, when nobody worried about Testing, he was already skating on thin ice as it is, and Drake just came and eclipsed him. You feel me? And then, as we just discussed, the following 8 years after that, what happened. So this year, I feel like he dropped it at the perfect time, because the game has been lacking a lot. Like, I ain't gonna lie, bro. It got to a point where there was like from now, like I said, Don't Be Dumb was a breath of fresh air to the game. I'm looking through, like, there hasn't really been any good quality music dropped since the summer, since last summer. You know what I mean? So it's been a drought on good music for a couple months now. So A$AP Rocky dropped at a perfect time when we've been needing good music, and top of the year. What better time? So it was a perfect storm for A$AP Rocky. He already had all the eyes on the anticipation. Could not have been any higher. People have already been waiting on this album for 8 years. He's been teasing and pushing it back and delaying it, man. And boom. Either way, it's finally out. It's going number 1. It's going crazy, man. And and of course, people are still trying to drag out this Drake beef and say Drake is still winning, and because A$AP is still. Look, personally, bro, I could not give any less of a damn about that whole Drake feud. Shit was 2 years ago, man. And if you are still on, all you damn incels and but for all you guys who are still on the internet, still dragging this Drake and Kendrick feud and on the stupid bickering, get a life. Okay? Get a life. It's over. But I'm not gonna lie, I was very happy that A$AP Rocky came out the way that he did, man, because once I heard Drake's verse on Family Matters when he addressed Rocky on there, as a Rocky fan, I was saddened, because Drake was not lying. At the time of the release of Family Matters, everything Drake had said was true at that moment. Okay? Now, as we know, A$AP Rocky has dropped again. People are not saying this man is going number 1, is getting great reviews. Okay? It's no longer accurate as it stands right now. But in that moment, everything Drake was saying was true at that moment. All right? It's not true anymore, but in the moment, it definitely was. But either way it goes, A$AP Rocky is back on top. Real rap is back. So hopefully he can just maintain his momentum. He's been teasing a Disc 2 deluxe version. And I'm excited to hear, man. I'm excited to hear, bro. Real happy, man. We finally got some good music. And of course, J. Cole is supposed to be dropping the Fall Off in February, I believe. So the streets are about to be fed. The streets are about to be fed. Also, Wiz Khalifa dropped a project last week too. A lot of people are sleeping on that one, man. It's called Chaotic. Now, a lot of the songs in Chaotic is like is a little bit different than the Smokey Vob shit Wiz is on. It's a lot of trap shit on here, man, but it's still hard. My favorite song on this is RN Check with Skilla Baby. Always been a huge Skilla Baby fan, so it was a pleasant surprise to see Skilla Baby on the Wiz Khalifa album, and they murked that shit, bro. So it's pretty cool to see two dudes from the blog era stepping in the ring and still stomping shit, bro. So shout out to Wiz Khalifa as well. Man. But moving on. Pooh Shiesty has recently gotten out of prison after doing like a 5-year bid and set the streets on fire with FDO. That song is an absolute banger. 5 minutes of straight bars. Pooh Shiesty did not miss a beat on that song. However, already finding himself back in some drama. Now, if you've been paying attention, rumors have been circulating for the past week that Pooh Shiesty and his crew robbed Gucci Mane of his watch and his wedding ring in order to force him to let Pooh Shiesty out of his contract with 1017. In case you forgot, Pooh Shiesty was signed to Gucci Mane's new 1017 back in 2019-2020. Ended up being one of the biggest artists on the label. Gets locked up. Since then, a lot of people on the label have been dropped, in prison, and have died. Like, the new 1017 is pretty much it doesn't exist anymore, man. So Pooh Shiesty gets out, and he's, like I said, came out swinging with FDO. Now, on that record, he gives a shout out. A lot of people say it was a diss to Yo Gotti. Some people say it was a shout out to Yo Gotti. He said type of influence he has got Yo Gotti toting a Drake. I don't know what you want to call it. But either way, rumors has it that Pooh Shiesty forced himself out the contract with Gucci Mane and is since signed to CMG. Now, I don't know how true that is because, like I said, they're saying that they pretty much ran up on Gucci on some Suge Knight shit. But I did just see a news story that came out today saying that the whole robbery angle was a fabrication made about the internet. And what really happened, like I said, this is all alleged, was Pooh Shiesty and Gucci Mane was in the studio together in Dallas when somebody from Pooh's team had confronted Gucci Mane about how he handled the Big Scar situation. Now, remember, Big Scar passed away, I believe, at the end of 2022, 2023. And after that, it was a lot of drama surrounding Big Scar's family and Gucci Mane talking about the who was going to pay for the funeral. I think Gucci Mane had asked them to return the 1017 chains. There was a lot of bullshit going on between the two parties, man. And all while Pooh Shiesty was locked up. You know, Pooh Shiesty and Big Scar, I think they're cousins. And so, of course, Pooh Shiesty is going to side with Big Scar. So apparently, Pooh Shiesty and Gucci Mane are in the studio. Some of Shiesty's guys confront Gucci Mane about the Big Scar situation. Things escalated and a fight broke out, and that's when Gucci Mane lost his watch and his ring in the midst of the scuffle. Now, they're saying nobody was robbed. You know, there was an altercation, and that's where the whole ring and watch thing came about, but nobody was robbed. So, like I said, this is all internet rumors. You feel me? There's really nothing confirmed. All I'm saying is, with Pooh Shiesty fresh off a 5-year bid, the last thing he needs is to be involved in any type of drama revolving robbing anybody. Okay, if it's Gucci Mane or a nigga down the street, you just got off a 5-year bid. The last thing he needs is to be involved in any type of shit like this, man. So I don't know if it's true. I don't know if it's fake. All I know is this is the last thing Pooh Shiesty needs. What the fans need, what Pooh Shiesty needs to do is just continue to feed the streets, man. FDO was a banger record, and we just waiting on a follow-up. We are just waiting on a follow-up, man. So hopefully they can get all this shit ironed out, because Atlanta's already beefing with every other city in the world. You know what I mean? The last thing we need is Atlanta versus Memphis. I don't know, with this whole F the street movement, everybody's sending shots at Atlanta, man. It's a mess. It's a mess, man. So hopefully they can get this shit sorted out and get back to the music. Just get back to the music, bro. But moving on. So the Patriots are going to the Super Bowl. Shout out to the Patriots, man. And I don't think anybody is more lucky in this entire ordeal than Stephon Diggs. Stephon Diggs is a prime example of how sometimes the villain wins. Like the villain Stephon Diggs is the prime example of the villain just be winning sometimes. This nigga got an open case for beating up his private chef, is going to the Super Bowl, and then gets to go home and fuck Cardi B at the end of the day, all while he just got his fourth kid that just popped out. Nigga is confirmed 4 babies this year, still gets to pipe Cardi B, and is going to the Super Bowl. If there's any more evidence on why maybe you should just not be a good guy, this is it. This is it. Sometimes the bad guy wins. Oh my gosh. I ain't gonna lie, bro, but I think it is crazy that the Patriots are like in the Super Bowl, because after Tom Brady left in 2020, 21, I thought it was over. I thought it was over for the franchise, man. You feel me? Like, it's Tom Brady. He's pretty much been the poster boy for New England for like the past 20-something years, man. But Drake May's been doing a great job. And Mike Vrabel, this is what really pisses me off. Mike Vrabel gets fired from the Titans, and his first year with the Patriots leads him to the Super Bowl. Mike Vrabel gets fired from the Titans, and his first year with the Patriots leads him to the Super Bowl. Why is it that everybody who gets let go from the Titans goes on to do bigger and better things? Derrick Henry is having a blast with the Ravens right now. AJ Brown went to the Super Bowl. Motherfucking DeAndre Hopkins, Mike Vrabel. Everybody who leaves the Titans ends up doing bigger and better things. As a Titans fan, it just pisses me off. It just pisses me off. And I've said it time and time again on this podcast, man. Growing up in Nashville, watching the Titans suck my entire life, I can't really be surprised. They won like 2 games this season. The Titans can't beat a one-legged man in an ass-kicking contest, man. If you want to get a ring, if you want to do great things in your NFL career, go play for the Titans for at least 1 or 2 seasons, because I guarantee you, after you play for the Titans, it's only up from there. It's only up from there, man. And if Mike Vrabel wins the whole thing, which I'm not gonna lie, my pick is for New England. I think let me check the Rams versus the Seahawks, because if that game is over. Oh yeah, so the Super Bowl is gonna be the Seahawks versus the Patriots. The Seahawks versus the Patriots. So my pick for the Super Bowl is the Patriots, simply because I would like to see Mike Vrabel finally win something. He tried his best with the Titans, man. So I feel like he's due one. I feel like he's due one, man. So go Pats. Go Pats, man. Moving on. ICE is showing their ass in Minneapolis. Just killed another U.S. citizen over the weekend, man. I don't know if you guys have seen, but federal agents shot and killed a 37-year-old man by the name of Alex Pretty. He was an ICU nurse with no criminal record. Video came out. I guess he was recording and stepped in to direct traffic or something, and the ICE agents swarmed him, started kicking his ass, and shot him. Popped him like 10 times right in the middle of the street. It was crazy. Crazy. And their reasoning behind it was he had a gun and was trying to kill him. But if you watch the video, it was nothing of the sort. Nothing of the sort. Literally was standing there. Like I said, there was 2 different angles. One was through from across the street. This guy was recording through the window. And you see the agents, pinning him to the ground, beating him up. And then just start shooting him. And then it's another angle from the opposite side of the street where he was directing people through traffic, and the ICE agents like push some lady down, and as he's helping her up, they start pepper spraying him, kicking his ass, and then shot him. Either way it goes, another senseless murder of a U.S. citizen by the hands of these federal agents, man. And I ain't gonna lie, bro, I'm sick of this shit, bro. Like, ICE has been overstepping boundaries and has been violating people for the past few months. We've seen it time and time again. This is the second, well, I don't think, it's been more, but in Minneapolis, this is the second person that they killed in Minneapolis. Of course, they killed the lady in the car, Renee Good, a couple weeks ago. Another unarmed lady. Their reason behind that was she was using her car as a weapon, trying to run them over. Video evidence showed that was not the case, and now they're trying to spin it as this guy was trying to shoot the agents. They had him pinned down to the ground. He was not trying to do anything of the sort at all. And either way it goes, you know it's getting dangerous when they're starting to treat white people like us. You know it's getting dangerous when they're starting to treat white people like us. Okay, and that's not to be funny, but before, when it was the police killing unarmed black people or just killing black people, period, you know, no matter what it was about the situation, they will find some minute detail to justify the entire thing. Okay. Oh, he should have complied. Oh, well, he was like with George Floyd, you know. Oh, he was on meth or drugs or whatever, as if that's a reason to be killed in the street. You know, the lady, either way it goes, man, like, it's getting dangerous because now they're killing white U.S. citizens and are using these same excuses, same tactics to justify these killings, just as they were doing when we were in the fire getting popped by police every other week, and they're using every minute detail to justify black people getting killed unjustly killed by police. They're using those same tactics against the white people. I don't know, man. I said it before, you know, once Trump got elected, that the storm was coming. The storm is here. The storm is here, man. It's going to get much more danger, and it's going to get stronger because, as we can see, not even white people are safe. Not even white people are safe, bro. Anyways, man. There's something to think about. There's something to think about, man. But moving on, I want to end it on a positive note. Do a few different, couple music reviews. No, we haven't done one in a while. Pretty much front loaded. It was some music reviews talking about Don't Be Dumb. Already talked about how I felt about that album. But here's a couple songs that I have been blasting in my car over the past couple weeks that we definitely gonna go over. Control the Traffic by Fat Mac and Baby Mel. I've stated this time a couple times on my Instagram. That is definitely going to be, this song is the soundtrack to my 2026, man. We are controlling the traffic all year long. Shout out to Fat Mac and Baby Mel. Repurposed All There by Young Jeezy. By Jeezy and Bankroll Fresh. And churned out a banger. Control the Traffic. And then another one. Boss Man D-Lo. Ended the year with a banger. How I'm Living. That song's a fucking bop. 21 Savage on his album What Happened to the Streets. He got a song in there, Jump Out With Your Hoe. That song's a bop. Just a couple songs that I've been blasting over the past couple weeks, man. But you can download them, check them out if you like. We're going to end it on that note. Remember, like I said, this weekend, this Friday, we got Belly Gang Cushington and Mango's Lounge. You need to be there. Saturday, we're going to be at Monday Night Brewing here in Atlanta at the Grove across the Beltline for the Beltline Vintage Market. Come out and shop and vibe with your boy. Until next time, make sure you check out all the other episodes, man. We got some pretty good interviews up on the page, and we finally hit 100 subscribers. Appreciate you. So let's keep running that number up, man. Check out the Belly Gang Cushington interview. He gets pulled over at the end. That was crazy. We also had Lexi Gold on the show last week. That one's doing pretty well. Aisha Rocks, a really lovely lady. Make sure you check out that one too. All that and more on the YouTube channel. Like, comment, subscribe, get those numbers up. If you're listening anywhere you get your podcast from, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, go ahead, check us out. Check out the website, ysnradio.com. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok at ysnradio. Until next time, same place. It's the coolest podcast in the South, YSN Radio. Let's go!